Conversation.
Yeah, you said it went a little over.
A little over. Okay.
Overachievers.
So we'll be here for a little hour and change. Number one thing I want to say is we have prizes. The participation. So if you kind of share your knowledge with your colleagues, and then also we'll have a little verbal quiz at the end. We'll have prizes for that. So please sit down. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ann Quinn. It's with a K, Kwinn. And I'm the new instructional designer. I came this summer. I came from Azusa Pacific University. Anyone heard of that? So I was there for quite a while, actually. And before that, I worked in e-learning in general, consulting companies and stuff like that. I want to introduce our student assistant, Daniel Na. We're very happy to have him. Yeah, just over here. So, fourth year computer science student. And so he's been with UCR month and a half, 2 months?
Like 2 months.
2 months, a little bit longer than me. So we're here to learn about Canvas. We're actually not going to use the computer, surprise, because because we're just concerned that maybe some of you don't have a net ID. It might be hard to get you in and so forth. But what we found, we did the same program on Thursday night, and people learned a lot. And we know from the quiz that they learned a lot. So I think you will. Also, we're going to send you off with this program. This is a training program. Hi, Christy. So next week's, you're enrolled next week. We're going to send you all an email. Are you all teaching in the winter?
Yes.
Yes? Is anyone not teaching in winter?
When does winter start? Are we current or
Pardon?
like right now or?
Oh, now this is fall. Winter starts January.
Okay, no, I'm not teaching.
Okay. So some of you who are not, so everyone in teaching in winter is enrolled in the training program. So those of you who are not teaching in winter, I'll have to look at this list from today and enroll you. Make sure you get enrolled. So this is kind of your note taking, okay? So if there's something, like you're not quite sure about what have you, it'll be in this course, which you'll receive. It's called Teaching Online with Canvas. And also it has more stuff. It has more stuff as well, okay? So let's get started. Also, I want to let you know, I do have cards, and Daniel put our email addresses over there too. So please take a card if you like. So first of all, who currently teaches in Moodle or has taught in Moodle? Many people. Good. Hello, welcome, Linda. Have a seat. Have any of you taught in Canvas or was a student in Canvas? A couple of you. Very good. Okay, good. So let's talk about Moodle. Oh, you don't have to pass them out. It's just if you want. I don't know if I have enough. Okay.
What was your first name? I'm sorry.
My name is Ann, A-N-N. Last name K-W-I-N-N. Okay. So Moodle and Canvas are both learning management systems. That is the category of software, just like word processing or database software. So let's talk about what an LMS does. Okay. Those of you who work in Moodle, tell me something that is good about using a learning management system. Raise your hand, please. Well, yeah.
It keeps everything organized. Everything's there. Everything's available. You can have go to the site and you have your everything you need.
Everything's right there. Huh? Oh, I was going to give him a teddy bear.
Oh, teddy bear?
Oh, yeah. Here, we'll start. So we start with the big prizes, and we move on. I'm excited. So Canvas's mascot is a panda. So I only have 3 teddy bears, but I have some cookies. I made bookmarks. We have magnets. We have all kinds of good prizes. Okay, good. And you can be anywhere and log in, right? No more papers. I have to share with you, many years ago, I worked for someone who remembers what they call overhead projectors. And those little acetate, they weigh like 50 pounds, and then they fall and they get all out of order. Old school, really old school. Okay, who else wants to tell me? Linda is dying to tell me something. You want that bear, right? Tell me something else.
I just want to, the most valuable thing about any of Moodle or Canvas or any of them is you have a history of what that student did. You've got tracking time showing if they've been in their website, if they actually entered something. So you've got a documented time So you never have an argument because you've always got it through.
The dog ate my homework. No dog ate my homework. Yeah, okay. These bears are going fast. Go ahead.
Okay, I always thought of, all of these things are true.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from multiple perspectives, for the student, it brings the syllabus to life. With a step-by-step examples, written, visual, etc. From a curriculum design, it also, if I had a spot check of accreditation comes in, I can prove with my shell that I have met the course learning outcomes. I have addressed all of the objectives, where I did it, how I did it, and the delivery method as well. That's quality.
Good. So the transparency, the record keeping. So sometimes, so like at my other school, there could potentially be a case where students said, "Oh, I should have gotten this grade." You may contest a grade. You have a record. I've also seen it for. I used to teach for Walden a little bit, Walden University, and they would have a lead instructor who would go in and look at the instructor's activities. Like when you're new, they're checking you out. So from the institution standpoint, it's good as well. Yes, sir.
The one thing about Canvas,
Uh-huh.
because I've taught in Blackboard, Moodle,
Teddy bear.
other systems, and I'm not just doing this to get a bear.
We're out of bears. You get the cookies
Well,
now.
I'll take your beer.
We're out of bears.
Yeah.
Hand a cookie.
I've always said that I've been saying this for a couple of years now, that Canvas is, we talked about the gold standard downstairs, is the gold standard for learning management systems. The other ones are so clunky compared to Canvas, and it's easy to learn.
Yes, it's
And
easy to learn.
it's just, everyone could be patient with it because you will be, it's like taking a step back to take 10 steps ahead by learning the system.
Yeah, it is easier to use. It's more user friendly. And we came at APU. I helped roll it out, and we came from Sakai, which was buggy. It was open source, and we got actual errors, which or weird things would happen. Things would get unlinked. You got one more, Linda? Oh, sorry.
I've been trying to start with Canvas, and what I do find is it's easier when they haven't copied one of my classes over.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a complete blank, I have an easier time building the class than trying to move stuff around from an old class.
Okay, I want to hear yours, and then let's move on. Did you have?
I was just going to say, I also keep track on an Excel so I can follow, how many students, because I'd like to know how many students didn't turn it in. So I can always keep it. And if I find a student that didn't turn in the assignment, I can quick go to participants, send that student an email. I was thinking about you. You're doing okay. I missed your form, whatever.
So I want to show you the grade. So when we show the grade book, maybe remind me, because we do encourage you to use the grade book. So you shouldn't have to use an external Excel spreadsheet. And they have a special feature called Message Students Who. So you don't have to eyeball it. If you want to message students who did not turn the assignment in, who got less than 75% or whatever. So sort of this automated support to help kind of shepherd them through. All right, let's get going here. So so this is, I put the presentation here. So this is Canvas, okay? So when you go, I'm recording for people that were not able to come. So I'm going to just stay on this screen. But when you first go in, it's called your dashboard, and there'll be little picture thumbnails of your courses. So, hello, come on in. Have a seat. You're going to see your course that you're teaching. You're going to see this training course. You're also going to see your sandbox. So this is something that our IT department has given you, and I'll show you my sandbox. It's just totally empty, but you can play with things. So maybe you say, oh, I want to try this quiz type, or I'm going to play with how to use Pages or whatever. So you see those three things if you're teaching in winter. Okay. All right. So let me go through the kind of the introductory material I have. I'm going to click on modules. So this on the left is the navigation for you, for your account, this gray one. Okay. Once you click on a course, have a seat. You're going to see this white menu, and this pertains to your course. This is you and your whole account, the gray. Hello, have a seat. And then the white one is specifically for your course. I'm going to click on modules,
Excuse my ignorance.
Sure.
I'm an OSHA instructor and have not had access. So this isn't available to students, it's strictly a teaching application?
No, it's for students. It's for students too. So you can use this is required for teaching online. If you teach online, you'll use the system. If you teach a hybrid, you'll use the system. My understanding for now is that if you're a classroom instructor, you may use the system. You sort of have to request it. So we have this big database in the sky called Destiny, and all the data goes in there, the classes and everything. And if your course is flagged for, your classroom course is flagged that I want to use, an LMS, you will have it. Some people are bigger or less users. Some departments require it, like intensive ed requires it. A lot of the departments require it. I don't think OSHA does.
Real quick before I forget, you said that we can request. Who do we request that we want?
You can email me.
Email you.
Yeah. To my email, and we'll make sure it's flagged for you.
Is it okay to use the computer to take notes on like a Google form?
Yeah. If you want to, you can. Okay. So this is modules in Canvas. This is kind of, in Moodle, you have these little sections week by week. So it's similar. And because I'm in your course. This is a self-paced course. I don't call it week 1, week 2 because you can do it at any speed that you like. And we will be tracking. We're going to track that you've come here today, and we're going to consider that you received training. We're going to try to make sure everyone receives training. We'll also track whoever completes this. So this will be made available to begin with to all winter instructors, and then we're going to keep rolling that out to all the instructors.
Is March considered winter or spring?
Pardon me?
If I start a class in March, is that winter or spring?
That would be, I think, winter.
That's in between.
That's in between.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows?
That's probably.
I may or may not be teaching winter.
Yeah.
Okay, January 6th is the beginning. All right. So I have some kind of slides for you. All right. So in the summer, we did a few courses. Fall, we did a few. Winter, we're doing all of them. And actually, the number has gone up since this. Now it's 140 or so. So Moodle and Canvas don't talk to each other directly. I have to export it to my computer. And then I import the template to Canvas, and I'll show you what I mean by that, and then it comes into Canvas. Canvas does accept, it literally says Moodle export. It does accept them, but there's a chance that there's some things that'll differ. Yeah.
So if I want to export my class to my desktop at home,
Yes.
I have the capability,
Yeah.
and I just find where it says export.
It's under.
For Moodle, on the left side, where all the navigation stuff is,
Right.
it'll be called backup.
Backup.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then Canvas, calls it an export. Okay. So we are actually, I should say, Daniel's actually doing this for you. For those of you who have a Moodle course. If you do not have a Moodle course, we're going to import the template, but you're going to need to develop. And I'm available if anyone wants to, if anyone is like pretty new to online and you just want to kind of talk about, well, this is what I do in the classroom. What would that look like online? We can make an appointment and we can either come in if you're local, or we could have a phone call or whatever you like. Okay? Because I want to, my bigger concern right now are people who do not have Moodle courses, and just making sure they're ready and they don't feel scrunched and crunched at the end. January 6th is opening up winter term. Now we know in extension, some courses start later in the term, they have different start times, but potentially there will be people starting on January 6th. I want to make sure they're ready. Okay.
One question for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the classes that I teach are like on an ad hoc basis, and so they're not long-term classes. They're maybe 2 or 3 day classes.
What department are you in?
It's in the international.
Okay.
Okay. So they're not like your typical student.
Okay.
They're typically just delegations coming for a very short time.
Oh, I see.
So I'm not sure how that would, I would be using something like this because I don't have typically very much time to set up something really extensive and put it on.
Have you used Moodle before?
Well, right now, your
I have.
students are in Moodle. I think they have Moodle course shell.
Right, would you mind talk to your contact person, because I really don't know. I'm not, this particular program I'm not really familiar with it. Please talk to the people in your department. So as you can imagine, UCR extensions are a very big machine. And so the people in the departments understand these kind of questions. How do you operate? Is Canvas required? And when are you teaching? I don't know those things, except I do have a big spreadsheet. But anything related to Canvas, you know, making sure you're up and running in it and how you might conceptualize your course. Okay, so this is what the template, do you have a question?
Just real quick, make a comment. When I'm teaching the face-to-face classes, I use Moodle, so Canvas, it's a great way to do attendance and keep track of your students and your assignments. So I encourage when you're teaching face-to-face to use this.
Yeah,
I agree. Oh, I did. Thank you.
And I totally support what she's saying.
So please use it, even if you don't teach online.
It also keeps you from having to carry around papers.
Yes, it does. When I was at Azusa Pacific, we would say, even for face-to-face, we want you to use the grade book and this syllabus and put your assignments in there. Okay, so this is a picture, a capture of the template. The template basically has a home page and modules. That's basically what it has. So this is the home page. So you'll notice as if instructor needs to update about your instructor, there's 4 buttons on the bottom, about your instructor, the course syllabus, and then assignment due dates. This one, the Q&A, you don't have to change. That's good as it is. Learning modules opens the window to all the modules. So like, you know, 99% of the content is in learning modules. Okay, this is the pretty little face of it. So we wanted it to look consistent. You will also need to notice this is Greeked out. You'll need to write a little introduction and so forth. When you get into the course, it will tell you all the specific details. That's the big picture. So for those of you who already have a Moodle course, you're going to spend, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half making modifications. So do plan for that. And then you need to spend time getting familiar with Canvas. I like to think of your work as teachers, as course designers, and teachers. So in my world, in my life, I've often been a designer, and that's it, a lot of the time. And then sometimes I've only been a teacher. To come in, I teach some content. Sometimes I've been both. You guys are both, definitely both. So today we want to make sure you understand how to be a course designer and how to be a teacher. For those who had a Moodle course, your course design responsibilities are pretty much this. Those of you who do not have a Moodle course, this training program has a lot more detailed information. You're going to go into, I think, the 3rd module, and it will tell you how to create an assignment, how to make a discussion, all these kind of things. Okay. Let me show you the modules. One thing we wanted to include in the template was embedded support. So this is something that I actually got from, when I was at APU, the head of the physical therapy program, Cindy, was a really great person in terms of iterative improvements, successive, what would we call that, Linda? You know the word I'm looking for. Is there a good word like?
Continuous improvement.
Pardon?
Continuous improvement.
Continuous improvement. Very good. Oh, I think you won a prize. Here. We pass it back. Like, hit on the head. Okay. I'm a really bad throw. Okay. Continuous improvement. So what she did is, as she would learn things, she would have a hidden module. Okay. When you don't publish it, this one actually is published. But we want you to not publish the hidden module. And this one helps you to know Canvas and how to interact with this template and make changes. Okay. So we have the course which teaches you all that, but it's in the module. Feel free, if there's other stuff you want to do there, you can add an instructor guide, you can add other stuff. The files tool lets you put other stuff as well. But the advantage of modules is in a module you can put any of these formats. Like say you have a quiz, you're not sure if you want to use it, or maybe you have a few ideas. You can hide them in an unpublished module and have it ready to go. Or maybe you have an extra credit module. You're not sure. I'm not sure if these guys are going to be up for it. You can hide it and not publish it, and then publish it when you're ready. Yeah.
Are you able to embed videos
Yes,
within that content?
absolutely. So
Pictures?
you can, so in the modules will let you embed any of these tools, and then you might want to use a page for a video. So let me show you where you might put that. So that's the idea of embedded support. This is the student support module. You would,
Oh, I was just gonna ask, can you make this one as large as that? It's too hard to see this.
I
Are
think,
you operating that one?
No, I think it's the same size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks totally different.
it's not supposed to.
Oh, I see. It's the
That one's
projector.
full screen,
I'm
that one's
sorry,
not.
I don't know.
Also Gerardo-ish.
Huh?
That's Gerardo. Can you see
You
that?
want to get it?
Where is he?
I don't know. He might not be here.
He was here when we
It
came in.
was here, but
He was downstairs.
Okay,
it's not
I'm
really his
not-
birthday. So, you want to move? What, you want to move?
No, that's fine.
I'll get Gerardo.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know how to make it different.
Is there any way we can get that on our screen? I can't read that, even from here, and I picked the first row.
That's okay. It's just the idea of, I'll tell you the basic chunk. So
Okay.
this is the instructor support module. This is the student support module. Okay, guys, let's reconvene. This is student support module. You do publish this one, the second module, and then that can help answer some of the students' questions about how to use Canvas. All right, now let's talk about the content. And you had a question about video. So the actual content of the module, so it says here's a module for every week, okay? There's two basic categories that I've put in here, readings and resources and activities. So the readings and resources, you typically will have a page. So Canvas supports pages, and you could link a video in that page. So you could have a video at the module level, or you could have a page that says, hey, this week's readings and resources are, please read chapter 2. Here's a link to a TED Talk. Here's a link to a interview I did of, Vladimir Putin. I don't know, whatever. He's been on the radio lately, right? So.
Are we gonna just use links to the videos, or can we actually put the video in like we could do what? Like
Of yourself?
No, like a YouTube. So they open up that page and the YouTube and they click start.
Let me show you, since you're asking about pages, what I'll do, let's get to it when we get to pages, okay?
Okay.
So that's a page question. So we don't want to forget that you question. All right. So that's the big picture. Let's see if I have anything else. Okay. So this is your training course that you're going to be getting. All right. Now let's get into, so I said you're going to have to do 3 things if you have a Moodle course. You're going to have to change your bio page, add your syllabus, and change the date. So I want to show you how to do that, okay? So page is where the video comes in. So that should answer your question, and also about video. So, sorry, but I have to sit down for this part. So I am going to now, so I'm going to show you, okay, I'm going to show you how to do your bio. So this was a home page. I'm sorry, I'm going to go to, in my sandbox, which is our area we can play, I have imported the template. So I'm going to go to my sandbox right here. You will all also have a sandbox. I've imported the template, okay? So here's my home page. Here's my bio page. If I click on About Your Instructor, it goes to my bio page. So one thing that's nice about Canvas is there's a lot of redundancy of the, how things work. So whenever you see that little pencil, it means edit. So I'm going to edit. I encourage you to be careful. If you just rip through this, then you might not be sure, how do I get the bolding back and so forth. I would just be careful because it's laid out real nice right now. So I'm going to get rid of this lady. I'm going to click on Embed the Image. And I am going to, because this is an online program, I need to upload this. So I'm going to click on Course Files. I'm going to upload a file. This I've downloaded, and it's in my downloads. Open it. And then I'm going to update. And there's my picture. I'll make it a little smaller. That's my little girl. Make it a little smaller. Okay. And then I could add information here, telephone. If you don't have a website or additional contact information, that's fine. There may be some things that you find in the template that don't quite relate to you. And then I would save it. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay, so I would have added the information, of course. So that's how to change the bio page. And let me go back. Since this is a page, I could add a video. So I could click on the YouTube one right here, or I could click on the link one. All right. So let's see. I could go to YouTube. Let's see if there's something good on YouTube. Tell me your name, please.
Regina,
Regina, what do you teach?
educational therapy. So I do educational video.
Let's see if there's. Do you have any videos on YouTube?
We have tons. There's tons of them.
Okay.
Dyslexia is listed. Math
Bad.
is listed.
So there. So we just, here, I'm going to save it so you can see what it looks like. So I just junked up my bio page, but just to show you. So this will embed, if you go from YouTube, it will embed like that and make a nice thumbnail. Okay. You can also just do let me go back to edit. So I'm editing a page. I can also do a link. So when I do a link, I need to write something, link. And then I'll show you with the syllabus. I'll highlight it, and then I can go find, I have to have the URL, and I paste it in. Okay. The YouTube one is really a nice interface. You can just search and find your stuff, and then it comes in as a thumbnail. Does that answer your question about, 2 questions you had about video?
Yeah, but so the same process applies for within the content of each week's class when you have the
Yes.
student
It's a
section of
page.
it, the module? Okay.
This is a page, so page is a page is a
It's the
page.
same. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As an accessibility thing, pictures have to have alt tags that can't be the name of the picture, and videos have to have closed captioning. It's the law.
Okay, how do you do that?
Links, well,
So
there's a lot of
YouTube,
ways to do that.
YouTube can turn on the closed captioning.
Correct.
So I have to do that myself when I embed the
For pictures,
videos?
you do.
No, but for the videos for the closed caption,
I believe you have to turn it on if you use a YouTube video.
or do the student
Well,
does that?
the main thing is they just have to have them. Okay, yes, YouTube will automatically create, if you have a YouTube studio, that you like your own YouTube channel, you upload a video of yourself, it will close caption it for you, but you need to correct it, because they're never 100%. But it's the law that it has to be done. I'm just saying, I mean, I don't want to read on your grave.
No,
If you
I
click, if you
appreciate that
play that
feedback.
video, if you can play that video,
6.
you might see. a closed
Interventions are
caption at the bottom.
individualized and
Yeah,
foster
right there.
developmental
See where
It
it
does
says
have the
CC?
caption.
All interventions have
So-
generic.
Yeah, right there on to the right.
Mhm.
See where it says CC? So you would probably have to have an instruction saying, click the CC icon. Most YouTube video has that.
Most do.
Yes, most of
don't.
them have it.
Yeah.
They do, they get it.
Thank you for that.
Well,
Okay. Okay, onward, moving onward. So I'm gonna, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. So once you have this page all set up for the student, right? And you're in your class and you want to show that video during the class time, can we just go in to our accounts and click on it there?
So, kind of is similar to your sort of question. So, a course looks very similar from the student and the instructor perspective. They're very similar.
Right.
When you log in, you will be in the instructor role in your course. So you don't have to do anything special. Anything you provide to the student, you can also access. Okay?
That answers the question.
Does that answer your question? So you don't need anything really special. Because you do have some special privileges, of course, such as the unpublished module, if you want. You can run. The students won't see that, right? You can hide certain things. The other thing I want to mention is when you go into this training course, you will be in the student role. You are not able to edit it, if that makes sense. So you won't be able to change anything or publish anything. We made sure you're in the student role. Okay. And now I've just kind of messed up. Oh no, this is my sandbox. Okay, let's move on. The other thing I want you to do on the home page, I'm going to click on home, is the syllabus. Okay.
And, excuse me, for the class that you're talking about, am I correct that we access that through our student login?
You shouldn't have to do anything special. The course knows that you're a student. You have one login to Canvas. That's a good question. You have one login to Canvas.
Oh, okay.
And the course knows what your role is.
So would it be posted on our dashboard?
Yes, it'll be in your
okay.
dashboard.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, this is the syllabus page. I could get there either by that home page that we made with the special buttons, click on syllabus, or I could click on the syllabus tab. The syllabus has two sections. The top one is editable. The second one is not editable per se as a page. But instead what it does is as you're creating these interactive pieces, the student activities, which are assignments, discussions, quizzes, Canvas starts to put them here for the student. And the due dates are really important because it will sort by due date. So a couple concepts, of course, are due dates and grading. If you don't have a due date, Canvas will just put it at the bottom. It won't know where to put it. You also cannot utilize the calendaring feature. If you don't have something graded, it won't show up in the grade book. So those are settings in your assignments, okay? So this part, I can't really edit it. This part we're going to edit right now. So when you come into the template, it just has a bunch of junk here we're going to get rid of. All right, so I'm going to click on, what do I click on? Edit button. I'm actually going to get rid of all this junk. I'm going to say, so when you want a link, you need text to link it to. So I'm going to say, please, it's a little bit big, click here for the syllabus. All right? And all these instructions are in the course you're going to receive. So I'm going to highlight, I can just highlight the whole thing. And we're going to put something in files and link to it. Now you'll notice there's two places where files occurs. I call this, you know, Mommy Shark and Baby Shark? I call this Mommy Files and Baby Files, the little files. We want Baby Files because the baby one on the right integrates with this editing tool. Okay? If you click on this files, it'll quit you out. And what happened? Wait, Ann told me to click on files. So I'm afraid it's a little confusing. You do the baby one on the right. I click on files. I upload a new file. Okay. Here's my syllabus. Open. And I upload. The text turns yellow, and then I update. So in Canvas, for UC Riverside, the button most likely that you should click is yellow. It'll be yellow. When in doubt, click the yellow button. Now this is what the student will see. Please click here for the syllabus. If I click on it, it will download to the download folder. If I click on this little washing machine, which is supposed to be a paper with a magnifying glass, it will display it in line. So you can teach your students to do that. You have a question?
You answered my question because I know for many of our departments, we have a requirement that they can download a file, but in case of technical glitches, we also have to provide a clear text.
Okay.
In case that you couldn't do that. So for me, I probably would do that, but I would wonder is that all inclusive that happens in the Canvas? I'll have a couple of students test it on their phone or something.
That would be great.
Because usually we have to provide a text only as well right now, plus a file. That's the biggest
So
departments.
I'm not aware of a way to like force it to display, but it's more of a user choice. Pardon?
Just copy and paste the syllabus directly on.
Yes, you can. You can. That's another option, is to copy and paste the syllabus. However, the formatting might get messed up. Okay? And we know that UCR is a standard template for syllabus you're supposed to follow. It's in a Word doc. So it's kind of easier just to work with that. And then, but
right now, what we're doing in Moodle is that we do that, but we also provide a link to things here, a file. And on that file, like a separate page, it has it all in text.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing is if you change the syllabus, it would be a little harder to change the copy and pasted version. But you know, you do have the option. So that's syllabus. That's the second thing that we asked you to do. Okay. The third thing we asked you to do was modify the dates in your assignments. So what I like to do, yes.
Just some basic stuff.
Sure.
Just like in MS Word, is it automatic save, or can you program it for 5 minutes or 15 minutes? per
You
save?
have to save. That's a very good question.
Ah,
Always save. Everything you do, save it. You have to save it. It does not automatically save.
um,
You know, I like that. I'm going to give you a prize because that was a very important question.
Which form of education is
Well,
rewarded?
where in here do you?
What
think
form
to
of
save
what?
it?
Which form of education is rewarded?
So where do you like to save it?
That's the worst form?
Yeah.
Wherever you're editing,
Helping us by classes.
there'll be a save button on the.
You want me to take it back? Wait, you want me to take it back?
He's gonna take it
back. You want to take it back? Damn, this is a tough crowd. Tough crowd today. Yes.
I think this is a good time to ask the question. Now, I know this is our training.
Yeah.
Because our students are going to be new as well, will we have a student show how training for them to help them to get, acclimated to the campus, like some sort of a video or something explaining the menus, how they use it, that kind of thing?
So that first module, let me go back to it, is your resource. I have not scheduled, and I've been asked to schedule training, but this is the modules, okay? Do not publish. This one is for your students. This module here, overview and resources, you should publish it, okay? That's for them. So for example, I'll just show it for like 2 seconds.
Are those 3 things under that category all published if the category is published?
Yeah. So Canvas has a lot of these little videos where they show how to do stuff. The grade, these little capture videos. They have a lot of stuff like that. So you could actually, you could put that in your week 1 or week 0, right? This is what you need to do. All right, let's go to our third requirement is that you change dates to assignments. So I added a little, where did I put it? We're gonna actually make an assignment because that'll be easier. So I'm in my sandbox. So,
How do you know you're in your sandbox?
well, it has a funny name, Aquin. So all the sandboxes have your first initial and last name. They have, I think, your net ID.
Does the university establish a sandbox? Or do
Yes.
we- Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you, and not even I, can make a course in Canvas in our, what they call instance or installation, okay? The university wants to control it. They don't want a lot of extra courses. So you cannot just make a course to practice in, but they do give you the sandbox. All right, let's make an assignment. So when you want to make something, and with most of these tools, you'll look over on the right, you'll see the yellow button that says plus assignment. So I'm making an assignment. Okay, who's got an assignment for me? Somebody give me one of your assignments.
Read chapter 2 of the book and write 5 takeaways.
Professional networking.
Professional, see, okay, you get a prize. Because you already got a prize, right? You
I
got a
did,
prize?
I got it, thank you.
Okay, but you have a burden now of professional networking. Okay, give me like a sentence for what that might look like, the assignment.
Interview 2 managers from 2 different departments
Okay, good,
using the questions below
good.
and provide a report.
We'll just stop there.
Okay. I'll keep
I'll
going.
just suffer through my typing. Okay, boy, there's so much there that I really like. One is, even though we're in computer land, you're taking them out in the real world, which is great. I know that's a strength of extension.
That's my whole deal.
That is
I have
awesome.
problems with this. I have no problems with the rest.
That is awesome. So you've exploded the computer land and taken them out in the real world. The other thing you're doing from a technical standpoint is you're talking about attaching a file. So you can use that attaching method in the assignments as well. Just like we did with syllabus, you can attach it here. Let me finish doing this, and then I'll add that. How many points do you want to give for this assignment?
15.
15. And how do they, so this says the assignment group, that's the default. Many times the default is fine, so don't get too crazy wondering, should I change everything, okay? Usually you do not. This means display grade as points in the grade book. All right, how do students submit the assignment? tell me your name, I'm sorry.
Ray,
Ray, how do students submit this assignment?
I tell them to submit it in e-learn.
Okay,
Upload
good.
it. Yeah. they upload
It's like a Word document or something, a file, okay. So we
it.
choose,
PDF or a Word file.
so this is important. This is one important thing in the assignment tool. Submission type is online. You could also do no submission or on paper. That's kind of the same thing. Or external tool will be, I don't know, something outside of Canvas.
Email or something.
Some different system. So we're going to choose file upload. You can choose to restrict the types that you accept. I only accept Word or PDF.
And that's what I do.
So that you can do it literally right here. You could say, I only accept DOC and DOCX or something like that, okay? You don't have to do that, right? It's the first time you get some weird format, say, please submit it in this format. So
Is the student seeing this, knowing this?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like.
You're not going to get a treat for
She told me that reward is not a good method, so you're cutting you off, man. Okay, group assignment, it supports peer review. This is also very important, is when is it due? And this is what I said, those of you with Moodle courses, you must do this. When is it due?
November 18th.
Oh, very good, November, she's ready, she's ready. So in my experience, we often do 11:59, right before midnight. Because obviously, as soon as you go to 12, it's the next day. So be aware of that. Now, I usually,
Our students are on the East Coast, so we have them do it by 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
okay, as long as they know, So we got 3 dates here. We have, so I have to do it backwards because, okay, I'll do it this way. When available from, when it's due, and then it's open until when. Okay, so I usually leave the available from and until open. I don't enter anything, and then it defaults to the duration of the course and starting of the course. You can change it if you want. I mean, I've been e-learning many years, and sometimes when you control things too much, then you got to go back and open it. The student has a death in the family or some problem, and then you have to open it again. Or some people don't like to show things until later, and then a student says, oh, I'm going on vacation, can I work on next week? And oh shoot, I got to open it. Sometimes it's better to just have everything be available, everything published. That would be, I think, the best way to do it. Okay, so what is your name, miss, over here?
Police.
Felice?
Yeah, I said Feliz Navidad.
Excellent. It's funny. I just saw someone on TV with that name, and I'd never heard the name. Okay, Felice says we must save, right? She asked me that. So we're going to save. We can even save and publish right here. So let's review, though, some general principles of creating stuff. Creating assignments, discussions, announcements, almost all the tools, because I kind of look for general principles, as a teacher, instructional designer. You always have to have a title. Okay, discussions, announcements, assignments, most of the tools. You need a title. You need this body text, this description. There's usually some kind of settings or configuration. Assignments has more than discussions. So some kind of settings. And then, Felice, what do we do at the end?
Save.
You have, save.
Get me on the hook now, the whole time, yeah.
One thing, can you go back to edit for a second?
Sure.
If you have a really short, kind of a short assignment where it's a paragraph or two, your life will be a lot easier if you make it text, if you scroll down, just because then you don't have to download Word docs.
Text entry.
Text only, text entry.
If the student has a small assignment.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you're going to see, when you're grading, you see it right there. You don't have to download anything, which is good.
I'm going to show you a way in Canvas where you don't have to download it as well. Yes.
Also, if you toggle down just a little bit where it says assigned to and it has everyone, I noticed you talked about the example of, I'm a deadline kind of gal because sometimes students get mixed up and have a lot of international students, and sometimes they really need to be guided, or sometimes they do things out of order, so.
Okay.
Sometimes it is a good thing to run it where a week opens, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
But if you have that student who needs to see something early, they need to get back in, that everyone, once you have the roster there, you can duplicate an assignment and put that student's name on there with an entire separate date mechanism.
And you could not even have to duplicate the assignment. You could say it's due for, quote, everyone on November 18th. It's due for Mary
Correct.
on the 20th because she's going to be traveling with the football team or whatever, you know. So, I don't know, they plan on,
How do you put in for Mary?
Well, this course is a sandbox, so there's no actual students.
Yeah.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you would drop down, she would be right here,
Right.
and then you can add a different date for her. Or you could just, and be aware of this, okay? You don't have to do everything on the computer. Especially since you're learning Canvas, you may want to just verbally, you may want to, I mean, you obviously have used Canvas.
It's an online course, a lot of us do online too, so, you know.
But you know how to use these tools.
Yes, I do.
Right, okay. So, yeah, okay. So she's gonna do, this is a little fancier, right, to have different due dates for different people. Be aware, you can still just talk to Mary and leave it open and say, Mary, I'll give you an extra week. I totally do that.
Yeah.
You can also, there's a grouping tool in here. There's a group, create, groups. You don't have to use the tool. You can just tell people you're in group A, you're in, some things you just do the normal way and it's fine and it works. Yes.
I have two questions, really quick. For the assignments, I'm not sure how often people utilize it here at UCR, but I teach at Chaffey Community College and we use Canvas. If we have the students upload to Canvas, it automatically runs their assignments through turnitin.com. Do we have that?
We do not have that.
Okay.
We do not. That's a plagiarism tool. In Moodle, did you have a plagiarism tool?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I used to when I was in school, I didn't know it was still around. Okay, I'm gonna say
So-
it automatically runs it through there if we have them upload. So I was wondering.
Yeah, my old school did it as well, but we were a regular academic unit and I don't know if it's just, I don't know.
Okay, I was just wondering.
It's not integrated currently.
And they built it in like, I think at the beginning of this semester, they built that in, so we didn't have to like separately do it.
Okay.
And then one last question.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got emails yesterday saying that I had been enrolled in this class and I thought it was like I got hacked because no one told me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But when I log into my eLearn, I don't see this class. So-
No, it's not in your eLearn. It's here.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Can you actually, it was already up. Can you actually give us, like, I can't read that.
UCR.instructure.com. I don't want you to all jump in there now though, because I want to keep working
Yeah, I
together.
just want to be able to write it down because I logged.
Write
into
it down
eLearn
for
and I was like,
later.
This isn't here. So what is it?
UCR.instructure.com. That may change later, but that's what it is
How you
now.
get access to Canvas?
Your course, yeah, Canvas. That's your Canvas platform.
If we don't have a user ID, we can't get in.
No, you can't get in if you don't have an
Now,
ID.
anytime?
Yes,
Okay.
you should be able to.
One more time.
UCR dot, I'm gonna spell it for you, it's a weird word. INSTRUCTURE.com.
URE.
Instructure. That's the company that makes Canvas.
Instructor.
Yeah, Instructure.
Wow.
Okay, so now we're gonna put our teacher hat on. So we've made our course, okay? We've made our course, basically, some of the main things we talked about. Now we're teachers, teacher hats on. Let's talk about the grade book. So I'm gonna go, whoops, grades. So the grade book is in grades.
Sure, as in T-U-R-E.
T-U-R-E, yeah, it's a made-up word. So,
Okay.
oh heck, I'm gonna show you something really, really cool. Okay. When I'm wherever, it doesn't matter where I am in the course. If I click on settings and student view, I can look at everything as a student. So anything that was hidden now won't be there. I won't be able to edit stuff. The main thing that really does show up very nicely here is, did you forget to publish something? You can also run your quizzes. There was a question about what assignments look like to students. They do look a little bit different, so this is what they look like for students. Looks a little different. And then this should have a submit button. I have a lot of junk in here because it's my sandbox, but yeah.
So students can, like we do in Moodle, they can write it right on the same page.
If they, for an assignment,
Yeah.
if you choose text entry as your setting in the assignment. If you say file upload, they must upload a file. Okay, I'm going to leave student view. Yes, it's okay.
Since you're there,
Don't be shy.
can you go back and just click just settings? Because it came from someone who had a question. I heard Eastern time come up.
Yeah.
You notice there right in the center, you can choose your time zone, but just the settings. You just click settings.
And under setting, okay, we're gonna leave student view. Under settings,
You see right there. The
Oh, there we go.
You
Look at
tell
that.
Canvas what time zone you're running. Like somebody said that.
very good.
Oh.
There's a lot of good stuff here. I don't have time to go through it all, but if you want to have some fun, you can go on settings and just look at a lot of stuff here. There's stuff over here. And there's even stuff, these are tabs, bunch of stuff. Most of the goodies are here and over on the right. All right.
And on the right-hand side, import and export a course.
Yes.
That'll come in handy later.
Yes. So we would like you, even though we are porting over your Moodle courses, we would like you to then import each term. Okay? We would like you to do that. All right, let's look at our grade book. Now we're teachers. Okay, we've developed our course. The course has started. This is the grade book that is created. It is created by virtue of your creating assignments, discussions, and quizzes. It makes a column for all the assignments, discussions, and quizzes, and a row for the student. So another thing I really like about that student view tool is it makes a fake student called test student. Okay, otherwise there'd be no row here. So this is what the grade book looks like. Okay, these are the groupings, the categories, and then this is the total. So I really haven't done anything here yet, because, you know, but the total would show up here, the percentage. One thing I have done though is ahead of time, I submitted a paper. So you talked about downloading. So I can either grade in the assignment or in the grade book. Let's look at the assignment view. So we see it here. I can click on it there. Let's look at assignments. I'm back in my teacher role. When you're in that student view, there's a magenta border around it. So you'll notice that. All right. So I added, which one? Oh no, it was in the other.
Final paper.
Final paper? Is it that one?
I'm sure it was.
I don't think so. Okay. Yes, you're right. So what I do, thank you. Good thing. So I clicked on, I want to go back. Okay. So now I'm ready to grade. I'm in my assignments. I'm going to grade the final paper. I click on it. I click on Speed Grader. And this is something that I submitted in that student mode earlier, okay? So the paper shows right here. So you can annotate it right here. It's a Word doc. So Canvas will do this for Word docs, I believe PDFs. It doesn't support pages, that Mac format.
Where do you annotate it? Right.
Oh, let me show you. So I can click on the highlighter, and I can say, boom, and then I click on this little comment box. Thanks for. Okay. So this I can do, you know, line by line through the paper. The student then would come here to see it. They'll see it when they go to see their grades. There's some other really cool tools over here on the right. I give their numeric grade right there. I can add a comment, a global comment there. With the paperclip icon, I can add an attachment, such as, for those of you who do like to download the assignment and mark up, you know, in text, in Word, the markup tool, you can then re-upload it here with the paperclip. Or you can upload a rubric that you like to mark up. You can upload an article that you think would help them with this assignment, whatever you like. Yes?
And also create the rubric right on Canvas and create the assignment.
You can. We're not going to cover that, but there is an interactive, and you know, we are going to send you an eval. And one thing I'm curious about is if you want to have a more advanced course. And we would cover rubrics. We cover, you know, fancier stuff on the grade book. This is pretty basic. We're covering quite a bit today, but this is still rather basic. So things like that. Let me know when you get the eval if you want to have a more advanced course. But yes, there's an interactive rubric that you can also add. But this is an attachment, okay? This is audio or video. I don't think I have a webcam right now on there. But I can say, let's try it. Very good job on your paper, but watch your grammar. Very good job on your paper, but watch your grammar. So that they're going to see that little clip there, or you could do video. But this to me is oops, sorry. This one, the little speaker icon, is speech to text. Very good job on your paper, but watch your grammar. It pastes it in there. So if you get tired of typing, you can talk. And you can vary it, you know. So I encourage you to try some of these things, you know. And you don't have to commit to doing them every time. The other thing I really have to show you, but we'll show you next in an announcement. So that's the grade book. Yes.
Is there a limit on how big their assignments can be? Like Moodle, it's 5. I set mine for 5.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I know the actual limit to the Canvas course that you develop is huge. It's big. It's really, you'll never fill it. I'm going to guess that the student assignments are part of that, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how big the stuff is that they could submit. Okay. Maybe we can follow up with that answer. Yeah.
So, one last question. I keep saying that.
It's okay.
How far in advance of like our class start date will our students be like enrolled?
That's a very good question. They enrolled immediately. When they register, they're put in here.
So they just do it on a rolling basis.
So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and publish. Even if you just publish those support modules, then now the student, while they can, that support module for them is just the one. They can go in there, learn Canvas. They see it's not broken, because sometimes it feels broken if there's nothing to see at all.
Okay, so that's different than now, because now we only get the students a week before.
Right. So they put it in.
I was wondering.
They put it in immediately. As soon as they register, they're put in. Yeah.
So like my next class is in April.
Okay.
So how early should I publish? I mean, or how early does the university enroll students?
Might be January. If I don't know which term, the start of the term. Could be whatever the start of the term is. I don't know if April's spring. Okay, it is? Okay. Yes.
Normally a week before is a good time. Yeah, 1 week before your course date. I've done that in other universities.
No, whenever they enroll, they're put in.
She's saying that now they're going to have access to the class when they enroll.
Yeah, whenever they enroll, they're put in. Do you have a question in the
Yes, I
red?
do. If I wanted to create a video for my extension students, but it involves my elementary ed students, like I wanted to show them a strategy, is there like a permission slip that the parents of my elementary?
Oh,
Yes,
probably.
you need to have a permission slip.
Probably.
You can just write up something. It's not formal.
Yeah. So like for my students on the offset, every year I have like a blanket statement. I teach at UCR Extension. I'll be teaching about strategies in the classroom. So I have your permission to use your child's work and your child's videos or pictures, and they can say yes or no. And they always say yes, and I just keep a file for them on my folder.
Right. So do you think I would be able to use, I have student teachers from UCR and they have to have that form filled out
Yes,
in videos
in advance.
So that would be a way to use it.
And yeah.
And my second question is, would you be able to help us with the UCR net ID stuff? Because everything's been emailed to me, but I can't seem to get in.
There's a special, so if you email me, I'm going to route your request to the net ID group. There's a special group, and apparently it's controlled by the main campus. So it's unfortunate that there's a little bit of a disconnect, that we control almost everything, but we don't control that. So, but we'll route it to the right people. So you guys can email me, and then we'll route it to the right people.
It's weird, because Friday night they sent me an email saying I had 48 hours to do it.
Yes.
However, we are closed until Monday. I go, okay. Great.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
It's if you're currently using Moodle and you're changing Canvas.
Yeah.
Are we, okay, so that's just a little different than knowing that the students can get it right away. I've experienced that before. So, so that we know that our shell is up, will we get an email saying, dear so-and-so?
No, you
So
don't.
we know that while students in the wings can enroll, but we don't know the shell is there, so are we supposed to check your brief?
So my understanding, from IT here, is that notifications to you guys, you do not get notifications.
So
So that's a good question.
Real quick for everyone, I'm teaching in February and my shell is up. Just so you know.
Yeah, the winter
One of them is
people,
up.
the shell is there, and if you have Moodle, Daniel has given you your Moodle course. If you do not have Moodle, your template is there.
Is there a way that when I know that the answer is going to be no, because typically then the default should be that it's unpublished, because what can happen, like things that have been around here, we can changing how many weeks a course is offered. You can update a course. So what I would hate is for, I don't know it's there yet. A student has gotten in and think, oh, wow, that's great. I can see. I'm like, no, honey, that's not how the course is going.
Right.
You know, but then so they're looking at that, you know.
So we're just, in this transition, Daniel has brought your Moodle course over. If you have special requirements, you can let us know.
Okay.
But, okay. So
But the dashboard shows everything.
the dashboard shows everything. If you go,
Can you tell about the quizzes? Like one is the multiple choice. Do you have that binary question option available also?
Show you real quick.
Yeah.
When you create a quiz, I'm going to
Yeah.
add a quiz.
Yes.
I go to the second tab. So details is a general
Okay.
tab. I add my questions here, a new question.
Yes.
Here's my choices. Can you read it? Multiple choice, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Oh, that's great. So
Yeah.
just click on the one I want and then.
Yeah.
And then it'll kind
Similar
of
to Moodle.
structure it
Moodle did
for
that.
you. Okay, I want to show you announcements, and then we have our quiz.
Okay.
Gotta do a quiz. Okay, announcements. Okay, who here does announcements? All right, somebody who hasn't talked yet. What do you put in your announcement?
What's coming up that week, housekeeping, business items, questions that students may have had to address to the whole body.
Okay, good. Did you get a prize yet?
I have not.
You've not. Can you pass this back? Okay, so that's announcements. So announcements has a similar structure. What do you think I do now if I want to make an announcement? What do you think I do now?
Click plus.
And it's yellow and it's plus.
Yep.
What do you think I do now?
Type of title.
Just type.
I just do like week 1, week 2, week 3, just keep it in sequence.
Okay, I do title. Now I put the body text, whatever it is. Now I have my settings. You don't have as many for
Then you save it.
good. Then you save it. The four things.
What's post to?
Let's look back. Let's
Yeah,
add
that should go to their personal emails, correct?
it will go to whatever email is in the system in Canvas.
It's also good for reminders. I mean.
Yeah,
I've
reminders.
seen once I put reminders, I see all the students really doing the work, you know.
Yeah.
So you had a question about delay posting, right? So let's click, okay. So then you could set up your announcements ahead of time and schedule them.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, delay posting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have liking like in Facebook. Students can like it and then they rise up. You can also set it to that they can respond to announcements, which is a little different. Okay. All right. So that's the teaching side. I know there's more to it, but let me show you real quick. Discussions. If you have a discussion like this one, both you and the student just click on reply. That's how you interact with it. Okay? When you set up a discussion, it's best to set a threaded discussion. That way the students can reply to each other. There's also a concept in discussions of pinned discussions. Which means they don't move around. Unfortunately, this part of the discussions, it'll keep adding the new ones, I think, at the top, and the old ones, it'll be reverse order like this. So the pinned discussion, if I move it over here, then I can put it in the right order. So usually when you design, it's good to use the pinned discussions. Okay? So that's discussions. So, yes.
Can you do a threaded discussion like for your assignments? Because I like my students to respond to other classmates' discussion.
Yeah, and then what you want to do is make sure it's graded. So if it's a real assignment that you want to show in the grade book, make sure it's graded right there. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, it's quiz time.
Can you clarify one more time the
Sure.
difference between discussion and a pinned discussion?
Sure. So I'm in discussions. I'm clicking on discussions. The only difference is that you, as a course designer, can lock in the order the discussions appear.
Maybe you said you can't move pinned discussions.
So actual, just plain old discussions, they will display as you create them. Like the idea, imagine that discussions are just this very casual, informal thing that, oh, I threw a discussion in tonight. If you pre-program your discussions and you want to, you know everything you want to have for the whole term, which most people do, then I would use pin discussions because then you can put them in the right order, okay?
So discussions become pin discussions, they aren't two different things.
They're the exact same thing, they're just the way you can,
just have it as a general, not in any order.
a casual thing, they know chronological order as you create it, put it at the top.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right, quiz time. This is where you show your mastery of knowledge. I want to hear from people that haven't heard from yet. And please raise your hand, don't call it out. Can a little course be important in the campus?
Yes, yes, yes.
Can be. This woman back here, you raised your hand. Okay. What is, okay guys, so that was a no, right? What is something an instructor must do when they receive their converted course? Raise your hand. What is something you must do when you receive your, I want to hear from another person. Yes, sir.
Change the dates.
Perfect. Change your assignment dates. There you go. Raise your hand. List one. Give me one of the Canvas tools. Raise your hand. Someone I haven't heard from yet.
Pin discussions.
Okay. Did you get a prize yet? No. No. Okay. You want your prize. What can you do if your student has a question about Canvas? What can you do? Yeah.
Send them to student support.
You could actually, or you can also show them that module, that first module, the support module of Canvas. What are the two groupings in the modules in the template? What are the two content groupings? Do you remember? You don't have to give the exact name, just the idea. What are the groupings? Do you remember? Maybe not.
I don't know what that means.
Readings and resources and activities. So you want to see that both times, every week.
Okay.
Regarding the syllabus tool, where does the information in the summary section at the bottom of the page come from? A new person. Where does that come from? It comes from when you create assignments, discussions, and quizzes. It automatically populates at the bottom of the discussion page. Okay. What is a best practice for adding your syllabus to your course?
Going to the home page.
You link to a file. Link to a file. You embed the link to the files. Okay. Do you need to publish your bio page?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Very good, Price. I don't think we went over this, but name 3 things you can add to a page. I didn't really cover this. Maybe some of you know Canvas can answer. 3 things you could add to a page.
Video.
Huh?
Video.
Good.
Video activities, games.
You can, actually, you can link to other activities.
Images.
Yes.
Images. So you can, what I put here, the basic stuff, text, images, videos, and links. Yeah. Regarding the setting for the due date, true or false, an instructor who does not allow late assignments should set the available until date the same as the due date. True. Is it true or false?
True.
True. It's true. Good. Do you have, and I want to hear from some people. I want to give you prizes. Do you have to, I'm going to stand over here. Do you have to enter an available from and until date for an assignment? Yeah? No. You have to. You do not have to. You don't have to. When you create an assignment, does it have to have a title? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Huh? Yes, it does. It has to have a title. If you create an assignment and want students to submit an electronic document, such as a Word file, what submission type would you set it to? You can set it to a doc. So it's called file upload. File upload. Online submission, file upload if you want to get a document. Do you add the point value for an assignment in the assignment or in the gradebook?
In this.
Okay, I'm gonna raise hands. Yeah. Very good, in the assignment. True or false? Creating graded assignments, discussions, and quizzes automatically generates a column in the gradebook. True or false?
Yes, true.
Good. We didn't really cover this, so I'm just gonna tell you. The newer version of the gradebook does have some extra features. So you can move assignments around, you can resort the students. Okay, so there's a couple extra features. True or false, you can grade from the gradebook, but not the assignments. True or false? Yeah. False. Good, false. You can grade either place. Last question. I want to give some prizes. What are some of the types of feedback that instructors can give on an assignment? What kind of feedback did you give? Audio, video, text to print. Okay, there's actually extra prizes, they're magnets, so even if you didn't get a prize, please come up and get a prize. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, one more. For the video, so like within our online digital textbook for the online class, there's videos embedded. So as an instructor, do I have the right to copy those videos onto my page, or do I have to have the publisher's permission to do?
Where did the videos come from?
The textbook that they're using in class. They're part of their required book.
That's a tough, I don't know the answer. I mean, you might have to look at the copyright rules of the publisher. If you had the right in Moodle, did you actually literally have the right in Moodle or no?
Well, I never did it because I never knew how to embed the videos. And we were switching over, so I didn't even bother with it. But now that we're going to Canvas.
If it's a book, it's a video embedded
In the
access
book.
through the book. This is fair use.
Book.
If the students purchase the book and there are assets that go with that, then they can get it. Anything that's available to the public online, you can definitely link, no problem. If somehow you got it as a teacher edition, the students didn't buy that book, that's the dicey.
They have the option to buy the digital book or the option to buy the hardcover book.
And
So I don't know what books they are buying.
Where the videos come from.
The digital version of the textbook.
Oh, then yeah, then it should be okay.
Okay.
I think it should be okay. If they're buying the book, yeah.
One more question. The students that are in a program and they have 4 classes and they've taken 1 or 2 in Moodle, Moodle, and now they're switching to Canvas. Are they going to need a new net ID, or is it
No.
going to be the same?
Same net ID.
Okay.
And yours are the same net ID. Any other questions? All right, that's it. Please